Hey, welcome to This is Talking Sci-Fi with Sean and
just Randy.
And we're live on the streets of Bartow for the Blooming Arts Festival. This is a premier event. We've been going around asking random people questions about flowers and science fiction. And so far, science fiction is winning the poll.
Absolutely, yes.
So it's really awesome. We have my wife Lori running the DJ booth. We are actually, my company SLS is running the music for the car show today. So what is your thoughts today, Randy?
I have no clue.
You normally don't have any clue, Randy, so,
I was surprised that nobody knew what the state flower was.
I had to look it up myself.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and it's so obvious what it is. So
yeah,
it's the orange blossom, believe it or not.
The dreaded orange blossom.
Yep. So car show's awesome.
It is.
I want you to go around and film some things for our viewers and let them take a look at the car show. It's non-science fiction.
Yeah,
I know
it's a little boring.
No, there's some pretty good.
Yeah.
It's boring. No, it's not. It's a great show. Our good friend Tony Murray puts it together. He does most of all the car shows in Bartow. We're outside of a great place, and Randy's probably going to film the front of it here in a little bit, called Unfiltered Coffee. Yeah. They're doing their soft opening today. Jeannie and her crew are doing an amazing job. You can't even get in that shop, without bumping into hundreds of people are actually in and out. It's great coffee. Did you go in there yet?
Not yet. I'm on my way though.
Film it when you're in there because there's a really big steampunk vibe that's going on in there.
All right.
So, we're going to let you guys get back. We're going to ask some more questions to random people walking around. So, let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the next episode of This is Talking Sci-Fi with Sci-Fi Sean
and Just Randy.
See you soon. Hey, we're here roving the streets at the Bloomin Arts Festival, one of the most awesome events that Main Street Bartow has every year. There's thousands of people here, and we've run into Joseph.
Yes.
And we're going to ask him a couple questions. You look really familiar, by the way. So
I get that often.
You do, don't you? You look
yeah.
like it. You look like a leprechaun or something,
Just a little taller.
You turn it around.
Just a little taller.
Can you do a leprechaun dance for me?
No. I couldn't.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions, a couple flower questions, and a couple science fiction questions, okay? What is the state flower of Florida?
I want to say it's a magnolia.
It is not a magnolia.
But, no, it's an azalea. No, Bartow's the azalea.
That's the city of azaleas, that's right. Oaks and azaleas.
I don't know the states.
Okay, that's fine. That's
to be
good.
honest.
Okay. Flower 0. I'm going to ask you another question, okay? There's a really popular 80s song by the group Poison, and they have a song called, I can't tell you the name of the song, but one of the main lines in it, and I want you to finish the line. Every rose has a
thorn.
There you go. One for flowers. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a couple science fiction questions.
Okay.
All right. What is the on Star Trek, the original Star Trek? What is the number on the saucer section? What is that number? Do you know that number?
NCC 1701.
All right, that's 1 and 1. We've got this down pat. All right. Now, one more question, and we'll see who's going to win this contest. Harry Potter.
Oh God.
He does magic. There's a lot of movies and stuff. What is the name of the school that Harry Potter goes to learn magic?
Hogwarts School of Wizardry.
All right, that's 2 for science fiction, 1 for flowers. Yeah, I can't. Well, that's too bad. Learn flowers, okay?
I was never into horticulture.
So I found Tony here. He's in charge of the car show today. How you doing, Tony?
I'm excellent.
All right, so we're going to ask you just a couple questions to see your knowledge, okay? What color is a rose?
Yellow.
Okay, I'll take that as yellow, yes. Every rose has a... Every rose has a thorn.
Thorn.
All right.
I missed that country song.
Darth Vader's real name.
Mr. Vader.
Mr. Vader. We'll take Mr. Vader. So, how's the car show going today?
Excellent. Look, coming in here.
I love that. That's really awesome. You probably need to go work him. So,
yeah.
We're gonna ask you one. We're gonna ask you one more question, then we'll let you go for the day. Okay. Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Tony Murray from the car show. We'll talk to you soon on This is Talking Sci-Fi. Bob, nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for taking a few minutes. This is your lovely vehicle beside us.
Uh-huh.
What did you decide to go with yellow for?
Well, that's Graffiti color.
A graffiti
American
color.
Graffiti.
Yeah, you're right. I was hoping you were going to say that. It's a great Steven Spielberg movie, by the way. You know what the state flower of Florida is, by any chance?
No.
You don't want to wager a guess?
No.
Okay, all right. It's the orange blossom.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
I
Who would have
believe it.
guessed
A lot
that,
of
you know?
oranges.
All right, so they made a movie about this car that could time travel. They made 3 of them, and it had a flux capacitor, and he would travel back in time. What kind of car was that?
That's a DeLorean.
It was a DeLorean, all right? So we got 1 on Sci-Fi, 0 on Flower. Bob, we appreciate you having taken time to see us today, and love your car.
Yes,
What
sir.
year is this?
That's a 1931 Ford.
A 31 Ford, and you've got probably a closet full of trophies for it, don't you?
Well, no, I don't.
What? You've been robbed. That's all I can tell you. So, anyway, we are talking sci-fi. Hey, we're on the streets of the Bloomin' Arts Festival, one of Main Street Bartow's most awesome events they have every year. There's literally thousands of people here. We're having fun. I have Linda with us, and we're going to ask her a few questions. Are you ready?
Well, I guess.
They're going to be easy.
Okay.
We're going to ask you a couple flower questions, a
Okay.
couple science fiction questions. Okay.
Okay.
What is the state flower of Florida?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I know the Florida. Bartow is the
Azaleas, right?
So-
the state flower.
I do not know.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go with azaleas, which is wrong, but you're
Okay.
right, it is Bartow.
Okay, what is the state flower?
It's the orange blossom, believe it or not.
okay,
That makes
okay,
sense,
that makes
doesn't
sense,
it?
that makes
All right.
sense.
All right, so here's your second question. Really popular 80s song. I know you probably don't listen to a lot of 80s music, but I know better. There's a song that has a lyric in it that says, "Every rose has a... Every rose has a..."
Well, I'm thinking every rose has a thorn.
That's correct. All right, that's great. That's 1. All right, now we're going to ask you a couple science fiction questions.
Okay. Oh,
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, because I'm not very
All right.
good at science
All
fiction.
right. Who's the host of Sci-Fi Bartow?
Well, that would be Sean Sardinsky.
That's 1 flower, 1 sci-fi question. Okay, now we're going to ask you a really hard question.
Okay.
All right? What is, or who is Darth Vader's son?
Okay, wait a minute.
Darth Vader.
Luke Skywalker.
All right, look at that. You got 2 sci-fi questions in 1, so that's great. Thank you, Linda.
Thanks,
I love
Sean.
you. By the
Love
way,
you.
Linda is the director of Main Street Bartow, and I just pulled her out of the audience, and I love this woman. So. Hey everybody, it's Talking Sci-Fi with Sci-Fi Sean, and we have just Randy behind the camera. And look who I found at the Bloomin' Arts Festival, Mr. Thomas Galvin III. We are featuring the Blooming Arts Festival today. It's a beautiful day in downtown Bartow. My DJ company SLS is hosting the music for the car show, and there's thousands of people here. It's a lot of fun. So we wanted to go through the crowd and grab random people, as you've probably already seen, and we've got Thomas. Thomas, I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Okay, fire
And
away.
you answer them the best you can.
I'll do my best.
What is the state flower of Florida?
Orange blossom.
Oh my God, he got it. Ding, 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 ding.
I got it right?
Yes. That's 1 for Thomas. And flowers. All right. Popular Poison song. Finish this line. Every rose has a...
Thorn.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. You got 2 flower questions.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to slip it up a notch, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm scared to ask you these questions because you're so so versed on what I'm about to ask you. So I'm going to try to up them a little bit. All right. Name me 1 of Doctor Who's companions of any of the series.
Oh, Rose Tyler.
Okay.
Martha.
Okay.
Shoot. I can't remember. Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane.
Nice. Okay. We would have just taken Rose. But
Okay.
Thank you for that. That's awesome. It's so hard to ask your friends that are into science fiction more or equal to what you are. So let me dig down deep into something here real quick. Original Star Trek.
Uh-oh, now I'm in trouble.
All right. I could ask you a Deep Space Nine question, but
No, it's
I know
okay.
you just went
I
through
just finished it.
and you loved it. I read that on the Facebook. So there was an episode of the original Star Trek with William Shatner called Devil in the Dark. It was about a creature called a Horta.
All right.
What was the Horta pissed off about in the episode?
Well, he was killing miners because he was basically disturbing. The miners were disturbing her nest.
Correct.
Yes.
And killed thousands of my children in the vault of the ancients. I just watched that the other night.
Okay.
I think that's one of my most favorite original Star Trek episodes. So you've got to walk around the Bloomin' Arts a little bit. What do you think so far?
Oh, it's got some pretty stuff out here.
It's-
Very talented people out here.
Very
today.
talented people. people. So yeah, it's a great show. I love doing it. Well, anyway, Thomas, thank you for taking a few minutes.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you. And this has been Talking Sci-Fi on the road live with just Randy and
Sci-fi Sean?
yeah. See y'all soon. We're live here at the Bloomin' Arts Festival, and I've picked a random person out of the audience. How you doing? You're Raymond, right?
Raymond.
I know you from my day job, and I'm glad that I found him. So we're going to ask you a couple questions. I'm going to ask you 2 flower questions and 2 science fiction questions, okay?
Oh,
All
really?
right? Yeah. Are you ready?
I guess.
All right.
I don't know much about flowers, but
Do you work on Raymond forklifts by any chance?
Yes,
That's
I
just
do.
a really weird coincidence.
Yes, I
He
do.
works on forklifts. All right. What is the state flower of Florida?
the magnolia, I think.
Everybody says the magnolia, and it's not.
It's probably the orange blossom.
It is. We'll give him that. Ding, ding, ding. We'll go ahead and say, yep. All right. So there's a really popular 80s song that Poison sings, and it goes, every rose has a...
Every rose
Every rose has a...
I don't remember that one.
Okay, it's thorn.
Thorn.
Roses
okay,
have thorns.
I'm too old for that
All right,
one.
so that's one flower question. All right, now we're going to ask you a couple science fiction questions if
Okay.
you're okay with that, all right?
I might be good at that.
All right. Who is the captain of the Starship Enterprise, the first Starship Enterprise?
That'd be Captain James T. Kirk.
Kirk, right. Do you know what the T stands for? That's not one of the questions. I'm just curious. It's Tiberius, which is really weird.
That is. That's
Yep,
right.
it
I
is.
remember that.
All right, here's your second question.
Uh-oh.
Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. He went to school to learn how to do magic and be a wizard. What was the name of the school?
I want to say something Schwartz
Swartz. That's close.
or Asgard. Or
Asgard. That's another great science fiction. It was called Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
So we're gonna give him one for sci-fi because he got the starship. He got the flower one right. So I got to do a tiebreaker.
Uh-oh.
This has nothing to do with science fiction
Okay.
or flowers. All right.
What you have to do with?
Boxers or briefs? Do you wear boxers or briefs?
I'm going to tell everybody what I wear.
Or you're a commando guy, aren't you, Raymond?
I might be freeing.
He's a free fall. We're back here talking sci-fi live on the streets at the Bloomin' Arts Festival. I have with me
Lisa.
Lisa is with us today, and we have just Randy behind the camera. And we're going to ask you just a couple questions to see if you know more about stuff that would be involved with the Bloomin' Arts Festival or science fiction, okay? All right, there's a song about a rose, and it says every rose has a...
Name.
Every rose has a... What does a rose have on its stem?
Leaves.
All right, leaves. We'll go with leaves. It's thorns is what I was looking
Okay.
for. Every rose has a thorn. Not an 80s music fan, I take it at all. That's fine. That's good. All right, let me ask you another question then. What is the state flower of Florida?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. All right. We'll give you. That's all right. You just take a wild guess.
Magnolia.
Okay, that's not right, but we'll take Magnolia because they're sweet, like Sweet Magnolias, the
Okay.
coffee shop here, or the bakery. What is it? They're a candy shop, a restaurant. They're awesome.
Yeah,
Sandy.
cafe.
What school did Harry Potter go to for magic? What was the name of the school?
Hogwarts.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
Yay!
That's science fiction fantasy 1, flowers 0. All right, I'm going to ask you one more, the biggest question of the day, all right? Bald guys or guys with a lot of hair?
A lot of hair.
A lot of hair. Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day. This has been Talking Sci-Fi. We'll be back. Hey, everybody. We're here at Bloomin' Arts Festival with Marshall.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, right. He's been checking out some of the awesome cars today, and he came across, we have the Star Trek Enterprise with us today, and he was really digging it, and he was calling me out on some things that should have been different, and that's fine. There are people that know more about sci-fi than Sci-Fi Sean, so we're going to ask you a few questions since we're at a flower show today, okay?
Do it.
Are you ready, Marshall?
I'm ready.
What is the state flower of Florida?
I think I met her once.
Okay, and her name was?
Flower.
Okay, we'll take that as a... It's the orange blossom.
Nice.
Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Evidently not. All right, so we're going to ask you another flower question-ish. Very popular 80s group, Poison. Heard of them?
I've heard of them.
They have a song, and one of the lines of the song is "Every rose has a."
Thorn.
All right, there you go. You got one flower question right. Okay, now we're going to ask you a couple sci-fi fantasy questions.
Do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Gentleman named Harry Potter's got a scar over his eye.
Yes, he does.
You've heard of him?
I've heard of him.
What is the name of the school he goes to learn magic?
Oh, that was Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. You're right. What class was he in? Or what house was he in?
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. That's correct. That's awesome. I did a bonus question on that one.
And I'll give you a bonus answer.
All right.
That scar is the wand motion for Avada Kedavra.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Yep. My wife's a huge Harry Potter fan. This guy's cool, Marshall. You're awesome.
I know.
What brings you to Bartow for the Bloomin' Arts Festival?
My Mustang did.
Did you have a Mustang?
I do.
You're a Mustang guy. What year you got?
It's an 03 New Edge.
Nice. I like that look. I love the Mustang look. That's my favorite Ford.
Hey, first on race day.
Right, and you're in the middle of a vicious Corvette club kind of a thing. It's like throwing blood in the water when you bring a Mustang to a show that features more of a GM kind of a situation or a Chevy situation.
I am all about the old cars. I prefer the Mustang, but I've learned to appreciate some of the older models.
There are a lot of nice ones here today. Marshall, we thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
I want to ask you one more quick question, if you don't mind.
Do it.
Boxers or briefs?
Yes.
Okay. You have Marshall?
doing
Our Bloomin' Arts special, and we're going around and talking to some awesome car owners. We have my friend, and your name again?
Dave.
Dave, this is my friend Dave. I know him from everywhere. He goes to all the car shows. He has an awesome Mustang, which Randy, you're probably going to show some really cool videos of it. It's beautiful. I love Mustangs. I'm an old Mustang guy, but I love what this. I recognize you. I see you going down the road, and I'm like, hey, that's that guy.
Yeah, well, I drive it all the time.
We're going to ask you a few questions. We're going to ask you a couple flower questions. We're going to ask you a couple science fiction questions. They're random. They're easy. I know you don't know much about the sci-fi stuff, but you'll find the flower questions are just as hard, okay? Bartow, we're known for City of Oaks and what type of flower? Welcome to Bartow, City of Oaks, and it's a southern flower.
Pansies?
That's good. I like that. Only on Randy's side of the town, but it's azaleas.
Okay.
That's all right. All right. What is the state flower of Florida? Do you know that? Florida, yes.
Orchids?
Nope, not orchids. It's
Orange-
it is orange
orange-
blossoms, but
okay.
he answered orchids, so that's 0 and 0.
Oh,
Okay, so let me ask you some other quick questions because we're kind of doing like a little poll here today. There's an old television show called Star Trek, and it starred a guy that played Captain Kirk. What was Captain Kirk's real name? What was the actor's name?
William Shatner.
William Shatner. He got William Shatner. That's great. That is correct. All right. So there's a movie series about a kid that does magic. His name is Harry Potter. Okay. What kind of pet does Harry Potter have in the movie?
I don't know because I've never seen the movie.
You never seen the movies, okay?
No.
You want to just take a guess, maybe?
A dog?
No, that would have been good. It's an owl.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Hedwig was his name. So that's cool. You good? He got one sci-fi question correct. So how far ahead are we on this poll? Sci-fi's like really way ahead. Not that we're trying to prove anything. We love the Bloomin' Arts because we're here. It's a beautiful day. Tell us a few things about your car real quick, please.
Oh, it's a 91.
Yep.
And I've had it 8 years.
Yep.
It's pretty much original paint. A few odds and ends things inside it I've done, and
I like your. That's how I know that's always
Yeah.
you because I can see that under the door handle.
I had a guy that came and did my hood, and the last time we were here, he did my doors and my trunk lid for me.
It's very classy. And Randy,
all.
what year is your Mustang, Randy? 66. And his is white. He's like, oh, I don't know if I should go with keep it the white. I'm like, white is pristine and
You don't
beautiful.
see a lot of them in white.
That's right. I know this is white, but what is the actual color?
Oxford white.
Oxford white. That's pretty awesome. It's a great thing. Thanks so much for your
Thank you,
time.
sir.
And we'll get back to
Good
see you
seeing you
soon.
again.
Yep, good seeing you. This has been Talking Sci-Fi on the road live at the Bloomin' Arts Festival. We are live here at the Bloomin' Arts Festival. Beautiful day in downtown Bartow. I've picked random Brad out of the audience. Brad, thanks for coming on the show.
problem. Thank you.
We're called Talking Sci-Fi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and you just answer them to the best of your knowledge, okay?
Okay.
What is the state flower of Florida?
State flower?
Yeah, what's the flower of Florida that they say it's the state flower?
I don't know.
You want to wager a guess, maybe?
Carnation.
Okay, that's good when it's wrong, but that's a good question. All right. There's a song, very popular, it's an 80s song, sang by Poison, and the lyrics go, every rose has a
thorn.
There you go.
That
You
one
got
I
one.
know.
You got it.
I know that one. I know.
Every rose
Yeah,
has thorn.
I'm
You
not
know
gonna
it.
try and sing.
No, that's fine. No, I don't want you to sing either. All
I
right.
wish you hadn't.
No, I know. I wish I hadn't either. And believe me, but you know, that's just it's a comedy show. So, all right. So we're gonna ask you another question.
Okay.
What is from Star Trek? What is Captain Kirk's middle name, or what letter does it start with?
Okay.
No, it's not.
No.
But there's a close guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you another question.
All right.
Harry Potter. He goes to a school of magic. What is the name of the school he goes to?
I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, I know. We get that a lot, you know. All right, let me ask you this. Back to the Future. Great movie. They did 3 of them. What kind of car was the time machine?
A DeLorean.
All right, so that's 1 and 1. Flowers 1, science fiction 1. Brad, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Thanks for
Thank you.
hanging out with us for a few minutes. Moving the Streets, the Blooming Arts Festival, one of the premier events of Main Street Bartow, and I'm here with Steven.
Yes.
Thank you for taking a few moments. Are you having a great day today?
Great day.
Well, that's great. So you're going to be on our award-winning talk show that 20 people watch probably. So I'm going
right.
to ask you a few random questions.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some flower questions and some other questions, okay?
Okay.
What is the state flower of Florida, Stephen? You want to take a guess?
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia, that's fine. That's good. I like it. It's wrong, but
Yep.
it's good.
Okay.
All right.
That's not
All
bad.
right. There's a really popular song by a group called Poison. They're an 80s group, hair band. And one of the main line of the song is, every rose has a thorn. That's 1 for flower. Okay. I'm going to ask you another difficult question. There is a movie series that had 3 movies in it, and it featured a time machine car. What kind of car was the time machine car in Back to the Future?
I know it. I can see it.
Yep.
DeLorean.
So that's 2. Flowers 1, sci-fi 1. I'm going to ask you one more, okay?
Go ahead.
There's a gentleman that that was a star of a long-running series of movies called Harry Potter. Okay, what was the name of the school that Harry Potter went to learn magic?
Magic School.
Magic School. That's a good answer, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
All right, but
Okay.
thank you. So that's a tie. So I'm going to have to do a tiebreaker because we can only have one winner: flowers or science fiction. So I'm going to ask you a question that has nothing to do with either one of them.
Great.
Boxers or briefs?
Oh, God. Boxers.
Boxers. Okay. Yeah. High five.
Oh, that's it?
Yep, you're good. Oh, you're good. Look, he threw his microphone down. He's done. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. Have a great day at Blooming Arts. Featuring the Blooming Arts Festival today in downtown Bartow. It is the big event that follows Sci-Fi Bartow, and it happens the first weekend of March, which is where we're at today. We're DJing, our DJ company, organized DJ company SLS, are doing the music for the car show. We've been going around with me, Sci-Fi Sean, and just Randy, and filming some people and some reactions and their take on the event. Well, Lori, what do you think of the event? I know we do this event every year. So.
I think it's a great event.
Right.
I think it brings a lot of people to downtown Bartow.
Yep.
Typically people who wouldn't normally come to Bartow. The car show, oh my gosh, I can't say enough about the car show. Great cars. All the downtown shops are open. You can get a hot dog on the street or go inside and sit down and eat some Mexican restaurant food.
The bad,
awesome.
The bad part about Sci-Fi Bartow is, and the good side is, I don't have a chance to go shopping during Sci-Fi Bartow because we are so busy and we have some great vendors that come, and I miss out on a lot of things. But here's the downside. 2 weeks later, we have Blooming Arts, and I have plenty of time to go shopping, and they have some awesome things. Some of our vendors from Sci-Fi Bartow come here as well, and we get recognized on the street for our work with Main Street Bartow. We interviewed Linda Holcomb earlier in this podcast, and I just wanted to let you guys know that Bartow has a lot of fantastic events going on, everything from art shows to car shows to Jeep shows. We have a chalk walk that happens now, which is they come in these fantastic portraits on this area behind us you see here. That happens in October. In Sci-Fi Bartow, of course, we have a Honeybee Festival, a Fall Festival that happens. Just Bartow's exploding with stuff. So I know I am a monster when it comes to promoting Sci-Fi Bartow on social media, but there are so many other things happening in Bartow.
We
So
are monsters in promoting Bartow.
that's all we are about, because I promote Bloomin' Arts just as much as I can and all the rest of the great shows. So we just want to thank Bartow for allowing all these events to happen, from everybody from the police department to the Parks and Recreation, Chamber of Commerce, the city managers, the city commissioners, everyone. Thank y'all for allowing stuff like this to happen. We're going to get back to DJing, and we will talk to you again soon. And thanks for tuning in to This is Talking Sci-Fi with Sci-Fi Sean. Just Randy behind the camera. I'm going to talk for you because you don't talk. Oh, real quick.
And me.
And Lori, my wife Lori. See you guys soon.